Hey everybody, I'm back, and today I wanted to share a little video with you about some common myths that we sometimes get in veterinary medicine. And the one I wanted to chat about a little bit today is the myth that your dog doesn't need year-round heartworm preventatives. A lot of people know that heartworms are transmitted by mosquitoes, and so a lot of people make the assumption that, hey, if it's not cold outside and there aren't any mosquitoes, then my dog doesn't need heartworm prevention. And that's a myth that we here at Somerset Animal Hospital don't believe. The American Veterinary Medical Association and American Heartworm Society also recommend year-round heartworm control in your dogs. And it's mostly because of a little bit of misunderstanding about how heartworm preventatives actually work. So a lot of people think that their heartworm preventative, when they give it on April 1st, is going to treat their dog for the month of April. Actually, what your heartworm preventative is doing when you give it on April 1st is treating what your dog's been exposed to in March. And so what they were recognizing is that a lot of pet owners were not understanding that aspect of it and deciding to stop giving their dog heartworm prevention in, say, November here in Kansas when it starts to get a little bit colder. But at the end of the day, weather can be really unpredictable, especially here in Kansas. And sometimes it stays warmer longer, and your November pill is actually treating the heartworms that your dog was exposed to in the month of October. And that's a mistake that was leaving a lot of pets exposed. And it ended up being such a significant number that we decided as a veterinary community, hey, we should just recommend this year round, because heartworm preventatives are extremely safe, they're relatively inexpensive, and a little error like that could potentially cost thousands of dollars in treatment, as well as be really serious for your dog. So that's why we recommend year-round heartworm control, or that's one of the reasons. The other reason is just how common heartworm disease is in dogs. Like I said, it's transmitted by mosquitoes. And a lot of you guys know that I was in practice in Houston for 7 years, and there's a lot of mosquitoes in Houston, and it's warm and humid there just about year-round. But we actually know that the incidence of heartworm disease in Kansas City is the exact same as it is in the Deep South, right there in Houston. We see just as many dogs that are heartworm positive here in the Kansas City area as they do down in Houston. And that's a really kind of shocking fact to know and statistic, because you'd figure, hey, if there's a lot of mosquitoes in Houston, then and there's not as many warm months here in Kansas City, that we would see less heartworm disease. But in fact, we don't. We see the exact same amount. The other reason that we recommend year-round heartworm control is because we don't give heartworm preventatives just for heartworm prevention. We also give heartworm preventatives to prevent intestinal parasites. And the main ones that the heartworm preventatives prevent are hookworms, roundworms, and then in the Kansas City area, we recommend that your pet is also on a preventative that stops whipworm infections. Make sure you ask us which ones treat whipworms, because about 1 in 7 dogs is in the Kansas City area has whipworms, and it can be really difficult to diagnose. They're pretty easy to prevent. It can be somewhat expensive to treat. And so here in Kansas City, we recommend year-round whipworm control and intestinal parasite control as well. That aspect is really important because intestinal parasites can be transmitted year-round. And so it's not just the warm months that we think about, it's year-round. And dogs like to share those intestinal parasites with people. They're what's called a zoonotic disease. That means that your dog can potentially give you and make you sick from their intestinal parasites. So that's one of the reasons that we just recommend make it easy on yourself, make it year-round. If you have any questions about the heartworm products that we offer here, or if the heartworm product that you're using is the best one for your dog, please give us a call. If you liked the video, hit the like button and be on the lookout for some of our other videos as we talk about some common veterinary myths. Thanks.